friends and family. Welcome to In the Kitchen with Leanna. I'm Leanna, your hostess. Today we're going to be making rabbit stew with dumplings. And to get started, I'm going to take my rabbit and I'm going to show you how I cut it up. This is not our usual butchering job. We had another guy do it, and he cuts the back legs off for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Quarters. Takes a back quarter.
Yeah, he takes the whole... No, he cuts two legs off. I'm going to get rid of this yucky bag. So those are all cut off. I usually trim off some of the fat. There's not a whole lot of fat on rabbits, but there is some. Okay, so the next, usually I start with the front legs because it's just the easiest part to do. Trimming some more fat off. I guess that was a fat bunny. So I feel for his, or her, little, I guess, shoulder. And that's where I start. And it just comes right off. Just like that. And then we'll do his other one.
Usually if you're going to have fat, that's where it is along the back.
Yeah. And feel for his other little... Oh, he does have one. It's way back here. Okay. So I'm just going to cut along that. And that's pretty easy. And this I'm going to put away and hopefully make some rabbit stock out of it. Maybe I can talk Jim into doing that this week. Oh, this is the weekend. Wow. Yeah, it's not Thursday yet. We're just doing these ahead of time. It's actually Saturday. Okay, and then I'll cut that flap off. And then I just cut it in half. And that's it. And now, get rid of this. And I'm going to dredge it in flour, and then I'm going to brown it on both sides in some butter on the stove, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm just going to dredge these, get them nice and coated with flour. It's just regular flour. I guess I should have told you that, but you probably knew anyway. I've got my butter heating on the stove, about 3 tablespoons. I've never made this dish before. This is a first for me. I have a partial recipe. Of course, I altered it because I'm Leanna, and I'm doing it my way. I like that song. I should have wrote that, huh? Now let's see if my butter is all melted. Good enough. Okay, so my butter is just about melted. That way. So I'm going to throw that in and start it browning. So while that's browning, I am going to chop up some celery and onion. Okay, I'm going to chop up about a cup of celery while I'm waiting for my rabbit to brown up. Yeah, I don't measure it, I just go with the flow. In here, browning nicely. Oh yeah. Okay, so we're going to throw this in a bowl. And now we're going to chop up 2 medium-sized onions. We're not going to chop them up, we're going to slice them really thin. That's what we're going to do. I was making a bowl for the chickens, and I accidentally threw in my onions. Speaking of my range, okay. Alright, now we're going to add the celery and onion. We're going to add 4 cups of water. A teaspoon of seasoned salt, a teaspoon of regular salt, a dash of pepper, and 1 bay leaf. Oh, and 4 cups of red wine. Okay, we've got 3 1/4 cups of red wine. That's fine. I didn't know how... I'm not a wine drinker. Well, I'm not a wine drinker. So I don't know how many cups are in a bottle of wine, but that should be fine. If I have to, I'll add a little bit more water. Oh, that's going to be good. Okay, so we're going to bring this to a boil. Okay, so I let this come to a boil, and then I turned it down to a simmer, and it's been simmering for 2 hours. So now I'm just going to give it a stir. And I've got some buttering over here. And I'm going to go and chop up some mushrooms and throw them in there and just saute them for a little bit. I'm supposed to use 4 ounces. I'm sure I got way more than that, but I like mushrooms. Okay, I'm going to throw these in that nice hot buttered up pan. Well, I guess I got enough. Okay, and I'm just going to saute them for a few minutes and get them nice and sauteed. So while this is happening, I'm going to go jump over and start cutting up my veggies that are going to go in the pot. Okay, so here we have parsnips, and I'm just going to cut this into like bite-sized pieces, like you would for a beef stew. And I got 3 of these I'm going to put in. And if you don't like parsnips, you don't have to put them in. And then I've got 3 carrots. Okay, and then I've got 5 kind of smallish potatoes. I'm just going to, again, bite-sized pieces. And turnip. Okay, now I'm going to go over and see how my little mushrooms are doing. And those are pretty much done. So, we're going to dump all this into the pot, and hopefully I've got enough liquid to cover it all.
Doesn't that smell good?
It does. Yeah. So we're going to let this cook for 20 or 30 minutes until the vegetables are tender. So we're going to leave that to do its thing. Okay, I am back again, and my vegetables are done cooking. So now I'm going to make a thickener to thicken up that sauce, and then we can put the dumplings in. So I have 1/3 cup of water, really cold water, and 1/4 cup of flour. And I'm just going to stir that together and make it really smooth. No lumps, hopefully. If there are, I'll just take them out. So I'm going to stir it into the pot. And I know you probably can't see, but I'm just dumping it in. I'm just going to thicken it up. Now I am going to make my dumplings. And I'll let that cook. Okay, we are going to make our dumplings now. We are going to do a cup of flour, and a teaspoon of baking powder. It's hard to get out. And a quarter teaspoon of garlic powder, and a half a teaspoon of poultry seasoning, half a teaspoon of salt, and we'll whisk that together. And then we're going to put in a tablespoon of shortening. And take a fork and just kind of break it up. And now we're going to add about a tablespoon of fresh parsley, chopped up. And then we have 1 egg, a large egg, and we're going to add to that 3 tablespoons of milk. And I'm going to whisk it together, and I'm going to make a mess. It's going to end up going in there anyway, so why not, right? Okay, I'm going to stir this with a fork till it's all blended and I'm going to add just a tad more milk to this. Just think I should. Okay. Now I'm going to go over and dump it into the, well, not dump it in. I'm going to dump it by spoonfuls into the pot. Alright, I'm going to give this a stir. Just make sure it's not burning on the bottom. Okay, I'm just going to take teaspoonfuls and just drop them in. Plop them in. One big one. Okay, and now we're just going to let them steam for about 10 minutes or until they're, you know, not yucky in the middle any longer. And then we'll be back. All right, it is finished. Oh, that looks so good. I can hardly wait to eat it. I hope you enjoyed this. I really did enjoy doing it with you. It's a really time-consuming dish. It takes about 4 hours from start to finish. But I think it's going to be worth it. It just smells amazing. Jim's been drooling over here. And
not in it, though.
Not in it, no. No. So, we will be back in a second.
So friends, this has been exciting. This has been a long project for Leanna cooking today. Even the videoing, but you know, I wanted to get things in there because I know oftentimes on recipes, it's like, how much did they put on there? So try to pay attention to that little detail. And I want to thank you for the ones who have been replying to these videos and really encouraging Leanna, because this is not something that she's used to at all. She doesn't like to be center of attention. I think she's done a really good job. I'm proud of her.
Thank you.
So, we're going to try this. Oh, it has smelled so good.
Yeah.
I'm not used to having somebody watch while I'm eating, but very good.
Very good.
Very, very good. So, this is for a great meal. This is for some great friends who we've met on YouTube. You know, some 100 miles away, some thousands of miles away. We have ones from overseas that are watching. So this is for you. And we really do hope that you might try this recipe. Thanks so much, friends. Good. Cheers. Even sparkling cider is good. Mm-hmm. Or grape juice, I guess.
It's grape juice.
So, friends, I want to thank you again. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, we hope you do. A lot of things that are going to be coming. We have the rabbit updates Monday, Tuesday. Leanna, in the kitchen with Leanna on Thursdays. In fact, I'm going to do a intro video for her, actually for the whole channel. Very soon, I'm hoping that I can get started planting seeds, and I'll take you along for that. We'll get out into the garden, probably sometime in May, because that's when the last of the snow usually leaves here in Maine. If you like this video, we'd ask that you please click the like button.
Smash that like button.
Yes. Do it again.
Smash it.
Smash it. And drop a comment. And especially if you have tried this recipe. You know, if you take this this recipe and you try it at home, let us know how you liked it. It is good. It's smelled good the whole time.
One thing, please do not use cooking wine. Use a good red wine. One that you would want to drink. Don't use the cooking wine. It's nasty. Real wine.
Take it from a pro. So, again, friends, thank you so much. We love you. God bless you.
God bless you.